First is the prepared session, where the members of the club give speech on a topic. Some of them have been preparing for weeks, and some have been preparing for months. And they will be coming over here and giving their speeches. In the second part, the table topic master will be calling upon the people, and anybody you can volunteer and take participate in that. And in the third part, the general evaluation, feedback will be given on the prepared speeches as well as the overall meeting. Now, to conduct this particular meeting, the theme is pursuit of happiness. I have three people who would be helping me in today's meeting. First is the timer, Toastmaster Mahesh Raj. Now, when I asked him what was that moment of happiness for him, he mentioned that when he held his daughter in his hands, that was when he felt the happiest. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Mahesh Raj with a round of applause.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and the guests. When I attended the Toastmasters session for the first time as a guest, and I saw these flashcards, red, yellow, and green, the first thing which came to my mind was a traffic signal. Now picture me as a traffic cop, and just like a traffic signal, I will be signaling the stop, warnings, and green light to ensure that a meeting flows smoothly. So I'll be reading few critical points here, which are related to the time. As a timer, my duty is to time the prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluations. For prepared speech, the time allotted varies as per the project and will be stated by the evaluator. For instance, for an icebreaker, the time allocated is 4 to 6 minutes. For table topics, the time allocated is 1 to 2 minutes. For evaluation, the time allotted is 2 to 3 minutes. Speakers must meet the specified time limit to qualify for the awards at the end of the meeting. I will display the green card at the minimum qualifying time. So this is the green card. The yellow card in the midpoint, and the red card at the end of the maximum qualifying time till the end of the speech. For prepared speech and evaluation, the speaker has 30 seconds grace before the minimum qualifying time and after the maximum qualifying time. For table topics, there is a grace of 30 seconds only after the red screen is displayed. All speakers who continue to speak beyond the 30 seconds grace will not qualify for the vote. I will report the time taken by the speakers when called upon. Finally, I would like to thank everyone for this enriching experience. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Now, one of the things which I liked which Sergeant Adams did was the hand thing, right? Tempo. Now, before we move ahead, let me ask you to do one activity. I want everybody to bring their hands like this. Okay. Now, at the mention of three, applaud, right? So 1, 2, 3. Yes. So every time a speaker is coming over here, so let's make that noise, because as a public speaker, someone who is pursuing public speaking, every time we come on stage and we hear that applause, we feel great. Today, one of you might be coming and you will give that applause, and tomorrow somebody else will coming. So it's a platform where we support each other. So let's make that moment special for each other. Let's make it a moment where we feel happy when we are coming on stage, and we can do that for each other. Now, today the role of our counter is being played by Toastmaster Divyang Piyush. And when I asked Piyush, what is the moment that he felt happy, I think many of the professionals would have had that memory. And for him, it was the moment when he got cleared an interview with a multinational company, having that courage to go through multiple rounds. And finally, when he received that call that he has finally cleared and got placed, that was the moment he became happy. And I'm sure many of us would have remembered that moment for the first time when we got that call and got placed. Let's welcome Piyush with a round of applause.
Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sunnis, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am the arc counter of the day, and as the my duty as the arc counter is to listen attentively each speakers and make a note of the following used by the speakers. The correct sounds like filler words, but, like, so, okay, filler phrases, you know, and so, etc. Extremely long pauses. When called upon, my report will give an account of these speaking errors. Over to you, Toastmaster Sunis.
And today the grammarian is Toastmaster Rohidas. And Toastmaster Rohidas depicts the quality of service. Whenever he is able to help someone based on his capability, that service makes him happy. Please welcome him with a round of applause.
I just entered the room and then got to know about the role, and I was thinking, what would be the answer I should give? He asked me, what makes you happy? You know, whenever I prepare for the speeches, after the speech gets over and I move towards my chair and sit over there, that gives me immense peace and happiness, relieveness. And one question to all of you. One question was asked to all of the great business tycoons. The secret in one or two words that made them successful. Do you know what is that made them successful in their life and career? If they want to sum up in one word, what would be that? Failure. Okay. Any other suggestions? Yeah. Focus. Wonderful. Correct. Persistent. So focus was one of the words that we found in Google, and clarity was the second word. So focus and clarity being two very vital parts of career of those people who were business tycoons. So same is very vital in our communication also. So whenever we come on stage, the grammatical part being one of the very integral part, and I would be the grammarian for the day. My name is Rohidas Chitte, and as a grammarian, my responsibility would be to pay close attention to all the speakers, listening them carefully for their language usage, and also I'll take a note of any improper language as well as outstanding words, quotes, saying, or thoughts. It's my duty to introduce all of you with the word of the day and phrase of the day. The word of the day is enrich. It means improve or enhance the quality. I'll share an example. Paying attention to new words spoken in Toastmasters has enriched my vocabulary. And the phrase of the day would be go with the flow. It's accept the situation. You can use the word as an example. I'm just going with the flow and enjoying the little moments that make me happy. So I would encourage each speaker to use this word and phrase of the day. Whenever the speaker uses the word or the phrase of the day, we will share thumbs up. Thank you. So I'll give the grammarian's report when called upon during the meeting, and also report on the usage of the word of the day. Thank you, Toastmasters.
The first speech is being evaluated by Toastmaster Jinal. And when I asked her a recent memory, she mentioned that her parents had recently gone for a vacation, and the staff over there always ensured that whenever her dad forgot his stick, that they returned it. So either the manager or the staff, they always ensure that came and returned to the room. And this quality of service exhibited by the hotel staff made Toastmaster Jinal very happy. So please help me welcome Toastmaster Jinal.
So I am going to be evaluating Toastmaster Rukshad's speech, and his pathway is presentation mastery. It's his icebreaker, and he's been preparing for a while, and I'm sure he's really, really well. So best wishes to Toastmaster Rukshad, and Mahesh Raj, his icebreaker, so the time span is 4 to 6 minutes. Thank you. Sorry about that. It's an important part. So the speech objective is for Rukshad to introduce himself to the club and become conversant with the structure of a public speech.
When I asked Toastmaster Rukshad what is the moment that he was happy, he mentioned the 2011 World Cup when India won. So he was watching with his dad, and when he saw his idol Dhoni lift the cup, that was one of the moments he was very happy. Please help me welcome with a round of applause Toastmaster Rukshad. In a nutshell, Toastmaster Rukshad in a nutshell.
Finally, the day has come. After 6 months, I'm going to deliver my first speech. I still remember when I joined Toastmaster, this is the room where I entered for the first time. And now I am delivering my first speech. Okay, let me ask you one question. How many of you know about Bihar? Can I see a raise of hands? Okay, there is a city in Bihar. The name of the city is Siwan. There, 23 years ago, a cute and healthy child was born in the month of September. Well, it was the happiest moment for my family and especially for my parents. But after this, one more question arises. What would be the name of this child? So there is a war started between my mother and my father. They both are fighting for, okay, I will say this name, and they are suggesting different names. My mother wants to name different one, and my father has a different. My father wants to name Yakub, but my mother wants to name, any guesses? Rukshad. So in those days, the letter system was there. So my father was there in another city. So my mother sent a letter to my father and writing in the letter that my son name will be this. And my father replies to that letter, my son name will be this. After exchanging 10 to 15 letters, at the last, my mother won. And this naming war continued for another 2 times for my siblings. I thank God for having me a wonderful siblings. My younger sister, and my younger brother. My sister, like, she is very close to me because whenever my mom goes out of town, she always be like act as a mother. She always take care of mine and my brother. She take care of everything, whatever we need. She is there. There is no excuse, nothing. And my siblings are very, very like what we are. They're very close to me. They always care about me. They always be my best friend. And whenever I ask them for anything, they're always ready to help. Then, after 3 years, I came back to Dream City, Mumbai to get my educations. I had done my 10th from RF Naik School, which is there in Koperkirne. Then I had done my 12th from Tilak Vashi. After doing my 12th, one more question arises. What next? I talked to my parents, teachers, and some relatives. What should I do next? Then I also started to research about different fields. I thought I should opt for merchant navy, but my parents rejected with the reason, Rukshad, you have to be there in the water for more than 6 months, and we don't want you to go there. We want you to stay with us. So I dropped that plan. Then I thought I would become a cricketer. But initially, in my school days, I played cricket a lot for my school, won a lot of trophies. And then I thought I should opt for cricketer. And I asked my parents, Mom, can I be a cricketer? My mom said, okay, you go for it. but my father said हर 4 घर में से किसी एक को तो क्रिकेटर बनना ही होता है इंडिया में. So I thought, okay, there is a huge competition. I still remember for the first match in 2007, I watched my first match when India was playing the final. And it was a like from there, I started playing cricket. Then slowly, I played for my school, then college, then degree. So I thought, I asked my mom, what should I do? Should I opt for this? My mom said, okay, go. But when I move out to search out for any coaching classes, there was no coaching classes nearby my house. I have to travel 3 hours, 3 hours for traveling. So I have to reject this too. I have to drop this plan. But cricket taught me a lot of things. Be patient, always be calm, and always ready for challenges. After this, what next? Then one of my uncle, he is very close to me. He said, you should opt for MBA. I don't know why he advised me, but slowly, I again started to do research. After researching about MBA, before researching about MBA, what I was thinking about MBA is something like manage people, big. You have a big office. You will 100 of people working under you, and I was like, okay. But after researching about MBA, I was clear what MBA is and why I should do it. But after selecting this, after my 12th, I have to search for a relevant course before doing MBA. So I done my BBA from DY Patil, and then I prepared for my entrance exams for MBA. While preparing for my entrance exam, to enrich my vocabulary and reading speed, I started reading books. So slowly, I read a different books, and I don't know when it turns into my hobby. And in my leisure time, I love to read books. So while reading different genre of books, I thought which should I love a lot. Like I love two genre of books. Like the first biographies, and second one self improvement. Then slowly, I read a lot of books, more than 50, and then I cleared my entrance exam and took admission in Westsim Chembur, and now I'm doing what I wanted to do in 12. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Rukshad, for that amazing speech. I see a couple of eyes rolling on the chocolates. So one of the things, Dharmesh is like giving me first. Okay. take one and pass on. So one of the things which I remember during my college school days, and in the meantime, do write a feedback session, feedback for the speaker. Yes. Tejas. Only one, huh? I'm looking. You will only not get. So one of the things which I remembered as a child was distributing chocolates whenever our birthday comes, right? So I had my birthday last week, and it was so nice of everybody from the club calling me and many of them wishing me. So I thought, let me do that act and then bring that chocolate. For everybody who asked me for the party, this is the party. Yeah, my lucky day. Now moving ahead, the second speech will be evaluated by evaluator who will be evaluating for the first time. And so that evaluator will get feedback from the second evaluator. And for that, I would request Toastmaster Sakshi. When I asked Toastmaster Sakshi to share a moment of happiness, she said one of her friends always bring extra paneer bhaji whenever she asks her to bring paneer bhaji for her. And that reminded me during the college days that all our friends, right, whenever we ask them that our favorite food, they always ask us. So these small things of happiness when we are sharing with takes us back to college days. Nobody shares with Meenakshi. Tell me what it is. I'll bring for you next time. Please help me welcome with a warm round of applause Toastmaster Sakshi.
Thank you. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So today I will be evaluating my target speaker, Toastmaster Sanjeev, and he will be evaluating his target speaker who will be giving the speech. So the purpose of this overall evaluation would be to me evaluate him, giving his evaluation, and in this evaluation he will have to give a constructive feedback to his speaker. At the same time, he have to give a speech, give his evaluation speech here. So that's it. I look forward to evaluating you, Toastmaster Sanjeev. Thank you, and over to you.
When I asked Toastmaster Sanjeev, he said recently they have brought a cat to his house, and the cat is always energetic as well as creating chaos. And cat is one of my favorite pet animals as well. So that's that moment of happiness being created at his home by the kitten. Please welcome Toastmaster Sanjeev.
Good evening. I would be evaluating speaker Tejas Nair, Toastmaster Tejas Nair, and his pathway is visionary communication. He is attempting level 1 and project 3. His speech title is TIP. The time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. The purpose statement of his speech is to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance his speech. Thank you.
When I asked Toastmaster Tejas, he mentioned that recently his nephew had said that he wants to spend his whole day with Toastmaster Tejas, and that really made him happy. It often happens, right? Whenever children are around and we feel that the children needs us and we are able to make that day, that happiness are contagious and makes us happy as well. Please help me welcome with a round of applause, Toastmaster Tejas. Toastmaster Tejas, tip, Toastmaster Tejas.
It has taken me some time in life to realize that everyone thinks and behaves unlike. I mean, what is right for someone might not be right for someone else. This is one of the mysteries of life that has always made me wonder. And today I want to highlight that mystery to you. It's a bright sunny day and a young boy walks into an ice cream shop. He finds himself in front of a large menu with different types and flavors available that day. A man is keeping the store and he offers a short smile to the boy. But the smile soon dissolves in the air because the boy is not looking at the shopkeeper. He is engrossed in the menu because he's still looking at the menu items and the corresponding prices of the menu items. There's no one else at the store. So the shopkeeper asks the boy, "What would you like?" There's no response from the boy because he's still looking at the menu. The boy is still engrossed in the menu because he's still navigating the different prices and the menu items. After some time, the boy goes to the man and asks for butterscotch ice cream. The man asks, "Would you like a cup or a cone?" The boy says, "Cup." Small, medium, or large? The boy looks at his hand, counts his money, and asks, "How much for the medium?" The man says, "Small is 30, medium is 40, large is 50. The boy again looks at his hand and counts and says, "Medium." The man takes a large scoop of butterscotch ice cream from the container and splashes it into a medium-sized cup. He takes a syrup bottle from the desk and squishes it into the top of the scoop. He then hands the cup to the boy along with the paper napkin. The boy takes the cup from the man and gives him a 50 rupee note. The man gives him back a 10 rupee coin. Clutching the cup in one hand and the 10 rupee coin in the other, the boy walks slowly to the nearest stool and sits down. The boy takes his own time to relish the ice cream because even though he had not asked for any toppings or any syrup, the man had offered some type of syrup on top of the ice cream. So he took his time to enjoy the ice cream, and after a while he finished the ice cream and left without uttering a word. Sometime later, the man comes around from his desk and to collect the cup, to only find that the boy has left the 10 rupee coin inside the cup as a tip. 10 rupees that could have bought the kid a larger cup of ice cream, but instead he chose to give that as a tip. It immediately brought a smile to the man's face as he went on back with his chores. Later in the evening, a couple is sitting at a restaurant, having finished their meal, and they're waiting for their bill. It's a very small restaurant, and they decided to have dinner at the restaurant because they had decided that they were not in a mood to cook that night. The meal was nice, and they were waiting for the bill. And that's when the wife turns to her partner and says that this is a very nice restaurant. I like the food, the service, the ambience. We should really come here often. The husband replies, yeah, it's good. The rice was nice. For which the wife replies, yeah, that's because I asked the waiter to get us something special. Otherwise, you always order the same thing, dal khichdi and masala papad. The husband smiles, saying, yeah, that's okay, as the waiter comes with the bill. The man checks the bill and pays the exact amount using his credit card. After paying the bill, both walk out of the restaurant. While walking out, the man turns to his wife and says that, listen, tomorrow I have to go to the bank. Can you ask your sister to open the ice cream shop for me? Now, on one hand, you have a boy who forego a large cup of ice cream just because he could tip. On the other, you have a man who decided not to, even though he was at the receiving end of that tip earlier that day. This story is not about the culture of tipping or the rights or wrongs of tipping. There are several factors that influence tipping or the habit of tipping or the culture of tipping. Sometimes even geographical and cultural differences have a play in tipping. For example, in America, it's customary to tip, but here in India, it's a form of habit, or it's just out of some love for the service that you have received that you tip. This is just about two different personalities sharing two different characteristics of their own, which is still a mystery to me because sometimes this is what you see across all different types of all in different walks of life, where you have two different people showing different characteristics on the same context. My question to you after the story is, what do you make of this? Thank you so much.
One moment of silence for everybody to write the feedback. To evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Amrita, it will be Toastmaster Sangeeta Shruti. And when I asked Toastmaster Sangeeta Shruti, she said recently she was happy when she went for the division contest. She participated. She were new. Mogra mom. Yes, the Mogra mom. She is a lady who finds happiness in the small things. Whenever her niece comes and dances in the annual party, or she gets to do shopping, all the small things and occasions make her happy. So please help me welcome Toastmaster Sangeeta Shruti with a warm round of applause.
My target speaker, Toastmaster Amrita, is attempting level 3, project 3 of presentation mastery. The purpose of her speech today is to use a story in a speech or use a story as a speech. Both works. Timer, please note, time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. Good luck to you, Toastmaster Amrita.
One of the things which I would like to reiterate is whenever you're on stage and handing over the stage to back to the team or anybody, wait over here, let the other person come. Just now, like how Sangeeta Shruti waited for me to come on the stage. So that's just one point I would like to reiterate for all the role players going ahead. When I asked Toastmaster Amrita, she mentioned that recently on Diwali, she met an old friend and that incident made her very happy. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Amrita with a warm round of applause. Toastmaster Amrita, a trip to remember, a trip to remember. Right. Toastmaster Amrita.
Whenever I see any beautiful travel videos or trekking videos on social media, I always want, I wish I also travel like this. How many of you also think the same? And how many of you went to the trip after watching some random video? I did. Thank you so much. Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster, and dear guest. April 2022, my sister called me. My younger sister, Avanti, IT professional, introvert, and frustrated with her job. She called me and said, I want to go on a vacation for 4 days. Can you come with me? And I was like, okay, but where? And she said, you can figure it out. I want to go on a vacation. And I took a help from Google. Best places to visit in June. And there are a number of options. Then I watched many videos. I went to Instagram also. And then one video is enough to catch my attention. And we both decided to go on McLeodganj, Himachal. Then on 2nd June, we reached to Himachal. First day we relaxed, visited some tourist places. McLeodganj is all about monasteries and Tibetan temples. Also tried some local food. And while eating, Avanti asked me, what is the plan for tomorrow? And in a low voice, I told her, we will go on a trek. She was like, what? No, I don't want to do this, because we both were not that enthusiastic person. Also, we never did trek in our life except Matheran and Logar. And directly, I told her we will do trek in Himalayas. After that, I convinced her like I was a tour guide there. I showed her picture. I showed it will be worth it. It is beautiful. And after 20 minutes of discussion, she said, okay. Then I finalized the tour guide, and next day morning, tour guide came to pick both of us, sharp 8:30. We went to Triund Trek. Triund is a trek, very famous trek in Kangra district, Himachal, and that trek is of 6 kilometers, and Google told that it is the easiest trek. Don't believe that. Easiest trek for which category? Not for beginner. So we reached to then we reached to the Gallu temple base point for Triund trek with our tour guide. Our guide was Anil, having a trekking experience of 20 years, handsome, Pahadi, looking like a brother of Yami Gautam. And then we started our trek at 9:30 sharp. After 500 meters only, I was like, and my sister was, I told you this is not for us. You want to do this. Thank God Anil didn't understand Marathi. Then after a while, my body accepted the weather and the situation, and I managed to walk again. After 1.5 hours, we took a first break. And on that break, Anil told both of us, you are both focused on to complete this trek. You really didn't enjoy the scenery around us, the environment, just look around us. And we really think that, yes, we have a lot of burden to complete that trek. And then after that, we just look around us. What a beautiful place that was. There are a number of shades of green. There are white rocks, first time I have seen in my life. And the road in between the forest. And the most, the thing I really liked was the silence in that place. I heard only a bird chirping in that place. I really liked that moment in my life. And then in that 1 hour, 30 minutes, we didn't took a single picture. I realized that after. And then last 1 kilometer of trek left. Anil told us, this is the most difficult part of the trek. 22 turns are there, steep, narrow. You need to be careful. And I was thinking about my decision because my legs were paining, and Avanti also felt dehydrated, and I felt guilty because of me. She was suffering. What do you think? Did we reach to the top? Yes, yes, we reached to the top, and that pain and hard work was worth it. That was the view. Then, first time in my life, I have seen the number of ranges of mountain, the Dhauladar range, the snow, the shades of green, the shades of blue in one picture without any editing. And we sat for an hour. Avanti looked at me and said, "We did it. Thank you so much for pushing me. I will be never experienced this in my life on my own." I'm telling you, after this experience, if you're watching a lots of video and that one video can catch the attention of yours, and you have that gut feeling, yes, I want to do this. Wow, I wish I could travel like this. Then just go ahead. Just leave your all the fears and let it go and just look at that journey. From the famous quote says, in 20 years from now on, you will be more disappointed for the things you didn't do by the things you did do. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster.
1 minute for writing the feedback for the speaker. Before we move on to the next speaker, let me share a tidbit. Like our presiding officer shared as survey conducted by Harvard Business Review, let me also conduct another survey they had conducted. And in that person, let's have a social experiment as well and be honest, right? So they had asked a classroom of MBA students two options, right? Option A, you will get a job with a salary of 1 lakh rupees, and all your peers will get a salary of 50,000. Okay. And option B, you will get a salary of 5 lakh, but all your peers will get a salary of 10 lakh rupees. All right, everybody's judges. How many people would choose option A? Option B.
Are the currencies different?
This is why surveys happen anonymously, because over there everybody selected option A, because what they had come to, do we have, no, because what they came to the conclusion was that happiness is kind of relative. If we get an X amount of money, and if somebody else get X plus something else, suddenly we become unhappy. It's that human nature. In a classroom, when the question is asked, we make that conscious choice. But subconsciously, if we reflect on it, unknowingly, we find ourselves guilty of that when we do that. Even I have been guilty. Not particularly maybe this, because I don't know what others earn. But there are other moments, other occasions. Another example is from the 3 Idiots movie scene. One of the moments when you feel more bad is when your friend comes first, right? That depicts that human nature. And when we can consciously focus on ourselves, what we want in our life, and focus on that, not getting jealous or being envious of what others are getting or how others are progressing, but focus on our task, our happiness, how we are doing today compared to yesterday. That is one of the starting points of becoming happy. Not focusing on the relative, but absolute what we have. Now let me welcome the fourth evaluator, Toastmaster Praveen. And before sharing his introduction, as BPM, I would like to record it, because when I asked him his moment of happiness, he mentioned that in 2020, when he renewed his dormant membership and became more active, that was one of his happiest moments. Please help me with a warm round of applause.
So my target speaker will be attempting her level 4 project to from the pathway of strategic relationships. The purpose of her speech is to give an introduction to her podcast, and also to present a segment of her podcast. Timer, do note that the speech has two parts. The 2 to 3 minutes of an introduction, and 5 to 10 minutes of the segment. Over to you.
When I asked Toastmaster Libby, one of the moments which made her happy, and I can vouch for that. This particular moment is true for both the VP as well as the president. It was when Egnell Club scored 9 DCB points in less than 100 days. And I know both of them were very happy when the club was able to do that. So please help me welcome with the round of applause. Toastmaster Libby, the next level, Toastmaster Libby.
In this universe, there are some things which are known and some things which are unknown. And in between them are doors. Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Toastmasters and guests. I had this opportunity to open one such door when I was asked to be part of the District 98 PR team. Now, some of you sitting in the audience know that I find it very difficult to say no to things. And because I didn't have a creative bone in my body and did not want to end up making posters for one whole year, I thought accepting the role of a podcast manager for the district would be a great idea. Now, mind you, I had not even heard a podcast at that point of time, let alone creating and managing a podcast. So completely out of my comfort zone. So that was another aspect which attracted me to taking up this role. This is a 1-year tenure, out of which we finished 6 months. And in these 6 months, we have come up with 3 sessions, 3 episodes on various aspects of leadership and 4 episodes of various aspects of communication with specific importance to international speech contest. For that, and even when we were in the planning stage of this podcast, what we had decided that because leadership and communication is the basic tenets of Toastmasters, we decided our podcast would also be following these 2 principles. What happened was we got in touch with leaders and speakers who have benefited from this platform of Toastmasters so that we could influence our target audience, which were primarily Toastmasters and anybody who wanted to become a Toastmaster. What I've learned in these 6 months is the path to success, there will be many unknowns and which might be very daunting. But if you're determined enough, you can achieve whatever you set out to achieve. These past 6 months have been extremely enriching for me. And I've also learned that sometimes things don't go the way you want it to go, but you go with the flow and you learn to do things. As I said, this is not the end for us. We have 6 more months coming up, and I have many interesting conversations with many important guests lined up for the upcoming 6 months. As they say, the woods are lovely, deep and dark, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep and miles to go before I sleep. Now, as part of the project, I will be presenting 3 experts from the leadership podcast episodes that we had done. These were the 3 episodes that we had done. These were the aspects of leadership that we had covered. The first one was with Dr. Brilliant.
Talking about investing time, you have invested over 20 years in Toastmasters. Again, another forum which talks about leadership and
It's playing, it's playing.
Welcome to The Next Level, a podcast by District 98. This podcast explores the world of leadership and communication. I am your host, Libby Abraham. And in today's episode, we are diving into a topic that plays a pivotal role in shaping effective leaders: leadership training. Whether you are an aspiring leader, a seasoned professional, or someone curious about the impact of training on leadership skills, this episode is for you. District 98 has announced the Toastmasters Leadership Training Program for all club officers. Here, we plan to delve into the significance of leadership training and address some critical questions surrounding it. We will look into the necessity of leadership training and examine whether effective leadership skills can truly be developed. Today, I have the privilege of introducing an extraordinary guest whose dedication and accomplishments within Toastmasters have left an indelible mark on the organization. A Toastmaster with an impressive journey spanning 15 years. We have with us distinguished Toastmaster Dr. S.K. Brilliant, who will share his insights on leadership training. Dr. Brilliant, welcome to the next level.
Thank you, Libby. I'm excited to be a part of the show. Thank you once again for inviting me.
Before we get into the next level, I would ideally like to know which was that first level that you attended a leadership training and its impact on you.
Oh, amazing. I was actually, I don't know what to use as a word, bamboozled, mystified. I was wide-eyed, awestruck. I can use all the adjectives possible because that's when I realized that though there was a manual which provided insights on how to behave, what to do when you are a president, VP education, and all of that. But when I reached that venue, the energy of the people out there who were willing to learn, who were willing to share, and most important was the camaraderie that we built at that point of time. And I'll tell you something, while I was in two minds before I walked into that club officer training program, I was not sure whether I would take up the role of a president. My friends were nudging me. I said, let me experience what leadership holds. And if I get some flavor of what I can get from it, I decided that I'll attend the training program. And trust me when I say this, it had multiple sessions, parallel sessions. I attended one which was for the generic members for all officers. There was a session on DCP. There was a judges training program. It was like, oh, wow, watching a multi-starrer movie, you wanting to be everything in that movie. So for me, that experience made my resolve firm to stand for the position of president. In just about 2 months of joining the club, went on to win the elections and be the third president of Bombay Toastmasters Club. So I think it played a crucial role in my jumping up rather than sitting on the fence.
As I sign off, I would like to leave you with this nugget of wisdom shared by Dr. Brilliant. Think of leadership training programs as a space where leaders can come together, not only to share their challenges and victories, but also to create a supportive ecosystem where peers can uplift and empower one another. Talking about investing time, you have invested over 20 years in Toastmasters. Again, another forum which talks about leadership and communication. So how has Toastmasters been able to make you a better leader?
I think again a great question, and I don't think anybody's ever asked me about this question about Toastmasters making me a leader. Better communicator, yes, because I'm doing so many talks and sessions and all that. A better leader I have become only for few reasons. One is that these are people who don't report into me. So it doesn't mean just because I've told them to do X, they will do X. They will not do X. They have a choice to quit and go. They have a choice to not turn up on that day when they're supposed to turn up, and I can do nothing about it. That ability to know that I don't own these people. They don't need to report to me. They don't need to listen to me, and they're much younger to me. So oftentimes people have asked me, Ashma, you are an AVP in a company. How do you work with software engineers who are several levels below you and in the same club environment? So I said, when I enter the room, I leave my title at the door. Inside the room, I am just like any other person. So I want to break the barriers between people, irrespective of the hierarchy. So that has come from Toastmasters. And I'll give an example of 2 days back. We had a networking event. Our couple of colleagues were helping me prepare for, snacks and logistics and all that. And we had our event. Everybody came. They were having snacks and food, and they were waiting when all the leaders will go, and then they'll come and have their own plate of snacks. I said, no, you come pick up the plate and join all of us. It's okay. I mean, it doesn't matter where you are in the hierarchy. These are senior leaders, I know, but you are a individual, isn't it? So they came, they picked their plate, and they felt included in the whole conversation. I think, to me, that is come from Toastmasters, that you drop your ego, drop your titles, drop your you don't look at your position. So what? Because people are, and I'm expanding this answer a bit. Allow me, Libby, to do that, because in 22 years there have been so many times when I've got a feedback which was so difficult for me to digest. But then I had to have that thing in me to say, boss, the feedback. You don't like it, so be it. But right, my mentor happens to be a 32-year-old guy. Can you believe it?
Really?
So, because for me, it doesn't matter what the age of the person is. What matters to me is the quality of the conversation I have with that individual, and the fact that that individual has my interest in mind. That's very, very important. There are people who are district directors or area directors who are much junior, and their team members are people of 60-year-old. It happens only in Toastmasters.
Thank you so much, Libby, for that wonderful introduction. Glad to be here and talking to you today.
Thank you so much for accepting.
Thank you so much, Libby, for that wonderful introduction. Glad to be here and talking to you today.
Thank you so
Thank you so much, Libby, for that wonderful introduction. Glad to be here and talking to you today.
Thank you so much for accepting our invitation. Uh, at the onset, I would like to go right away to the basic and ask you, how would you personally define ethical leadership, and why do you think it's even important in today's world?
Well, why only in today's world, right? It has been always important, and I think it will always stay important even tomorrow. And I must thank and congratulate you first to pick this topic for discussion when not many are paying attention to ethical leadership in today's world. Personally, ethical leadership for me is to do the right thing every single time, And I have been hearing this statement a lot these days. I don't know why. There seems to be a connect. It says, how you do one thing is how you do everything, right? And that directly to me means ethical leadership. That what you say, you do it. Integrity, trust, all of that comes automatically in that binding. So that's ethical leadership for me.
amazing session. He's from Bombay Toastmasters.
Good evening, dear Toastmasters. So good evening, everybody, dear Toastmasters as well as guests. I'm the general evaluator, and I'll be conducting the evaluation section of our meeting. I'll be calling on a team to assist me with giving feedback to our speakers. I'll also present my evaluation report at the end of the meeting. So let us start with the prepared speeches evaluation. Now I'll be calling Toastmaster Jinal, who will be evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Rushad. With a huge round of applause, please welcome Toastmaster Jinal.
What's in a name? Had Shakespeare been in the room today, he would have been able to appreciate the bittersweet altercation that goes on in every family when a baby is born. So Rukshat, thank you today with your speech. I think you helped all of us to go back in time to those stories. I have one, I'm sure all of us do, about when we were born and what went on in our family about what to name us. So I think your speech was extremely authentic and direct, dil se is what I would say. You had a beautiful start. You hooked us all from the start, and it was amazing that you had audience interaction in an icebreaker upfront. So double plus 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 for that. Also, the way of speech flowed, the construct, it was chronological, but it was flowing beautifully. So you went from one step to the other. We were with you through the journey. So I think for me, those are the good parts of the speech. And the best, of course, for me was the humor and the authenticity, which came at the start. In terms of a couple of things to improve the speech, because just to make this beautiful rose smell even sweeter, one thing I would suggest is you were probably, because of that light which was in your face, the projector face, in your face, it was a little jarring. So what I would suggest is, and of course this happens more with practice, but if there's something that's making you uncomfortable, you can just move out of that light. That's fine, there's no problem. Because when that is disturbing you, it's also bothering the audience because we can see your eyebrows crinkling and that. So it's fine, move out of that light of the projector beam. The other thing was your weight was shifting. You would not have realized it, obviously, because it was their first icebreaker, but it was their first speech, but that was happening. So what I would suggest is practice. When you practice, stand in front of the mirror, and even better is record your speech and look at it again. Because when you look at it is when you notice it. Sometimes when you're even standing in front of the mirror, you may not realize that you were shifting weight. So this recording, just make sure you go back and watch it, see if you can clip it out and save it, and watch your own progress. Because when you watch your own speech is when you will come up with your own improvement. So I think for the next speech, my challenge to you would be stand feet firmly planted and give your entire speech. Beautiful speech, way to go. Thank you.
So now I'll be calling Toastmaster Sanjeev, who will be evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Tejas.
The little boy and the ice cream story. How many of you knew this story before this? Okay, only one hand. Okay, second. Maybe I was the third, but that's quite a emotional story, and I mean that is one of the story which I had read long back, many years back, and it was eye-opening for me to understand that how even a tip matters so much in countries like US and otherwise, in other countries. Otherwise, in India, as you said, it is hardly a no, it's a no-brainer. Don't give any tip at times. But really, great job done, Tejas. The emotional stories that you brought in the beginning really connected with the audience, and we were all transported. We could easily visualize a innocent child and looking for an ice cream, and then leaving a 10 cent tip towards the end. Great confidence and stage presence. I would say uh, you're not bothered by the audience, the size and the confidence that you brought onto this speech was really nice. It never looked like it is your second or third speech. Uh, Keep up the good job. The first story was really very touching, must say, and the way you conducted yourself on the stage, especially that moment when you looked at the back, the menu or something. I mean, that was one point which was, I think, a very excellent body language, I would say. Looking at the back menu, and I was thinking, where is the menu at the back? But that was the impact that we brought on an audience like me. Couple of things to improve upon. The first story was really moving, touching, kudos. Second was a little bit shorter. And I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, many times you uttered man. So was man a shopkeeper or the vendor, or it was somebody else? So if it was a shopkeeper or something, you would have said the shopkeeper or the vendor, because it is easy to connect. Uh, Humor was one thing which you utilized only once, and that left the audience giggling, but you could have used it more often. It could have been a good tool. Your alignment was mostly towards the right. You never saw towards the left. There could have been, some nodding or some cheering also happening towards the left, which you missed. And we would have loved to hear some of the personal stories more than those storybook stories. The first one was really great. You would have added one more personal story from your own life experience. So in the end, do remember next time to add some more humor. Tell us more about your life experiences. Otherwise, great job done. Thank you.
Now I'll call upon the stage Toastmaster Sangeeta Shruti, who will be evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Amrita.
Toastmaster of the day, general evaluator, Toastmasters, guests, friends, namaskar. Going on a trek, wanting to give up halfway, adversity, perseverance, climbing, success, beauty. Toastmaster Amrita's speech could have been a parable of life. She took us through a journey and made us think parallelly. Kudos to you, Toastmaster Amrita, for your beautiful speech. I have a few things that I really liked about your speech. First thing, we always say we love in others what we can't do ourselves. She said a very personal story, and that connected with the audience. It was something that established credibility. A few months ago, our ex-president Toastmaster Arun was talking about a book about ideas that stick. So one of the things to make an idea stick is to give it credibility. And she gave credibility to her speech by sharing a personal story. She had a lot of humor peppered around. She also had sufficient innuendo for us to understand that she's a social media content creator. The pic at the end was a really nice touch. It was an instant connect. It brought to our eyes all that she was trying to describe far more vividly than anything. Now, this was a level 3 project 3 speech. So Toastmaster Amrita, along with recommendations, I have a challenge for you. First and foremost is voice modulation. Voice modulation, most of us think is the highs and lows of our voice. No, it is also the speed at which we deliver, the enunciation. So when you were talking about Anil telling you that you are too focused on completing the trek, I would have brought in a little change and said, Anil came to us and said, Madam, you are very focused on completing the trek. That hits. When you were talking about your realization that you're missing the beauty around, doesn't realization come with slowing down? So could we slow down and say, we realized there was so much greenery, so many shades of green, white pebbles I've never seen. So it would have been a phase of realization. Maybe to a novice speaker, I wouldn't say this, but to you, I would say that a little more emotion in your delivery, a little more delivery via voice would have made the speech good. Not just content, but talk to us by voice. And lastly, I would say a little more body language when you're talking. Yes, there was body language. It was not deadpan delivery, but still a little more would have helped. And when you're giving a quote is a punchline. When you can't have a humorous punchline, you use a quote. And a quote should be used with as devastating as an effect. Maybe give a pause before it, practice its delivery, and then give a quote. So these are a few things I would say. You did a brilliant job by sharing a personal story, added humor. The photograph at the end was a very nice twist. A few things, a little bit on your emotional delivery, a little voice modulation. And Toastmaster Amrita, you're in for the running. Namaskar.
Now I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Praveen, who will be evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Libby.
So when you have words like the Dr. Brilliant on a live show, it is absolutely okay to be a bit nervous and then start to use etc. But I noticed that you were extremely eloquent, and your diction was also excellent. So one thing, the topics that you had selected were also extremely relevant to the theme that is of Toastmasters, and they definitely will add value because that is one of the main requirements of a podcast. Now, how can your podcast be improved? I thought, especially in the first one, the leadership and the training one, you could have had some audience engagement by asking a question that is normally asked. Are leaders born or can they be taught? I thought that would help to make it more engaging. The next one is I would have liked to hear a podcast where you speak more, but I guess that in this interviews you can't really have that. So to summarize, your the topics selection was quite good. You were extremely eloquent. You can improve it by having some audience engagement, by asking some questions at the start itself. Thank you.
Now I'd like to welcome Toastmaster Sakshi, who will be evaluating the evaluation of Toastmaster Sanjeev.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ruchi. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests, and my target speaker and evaluated Toastmaster Sanjeev. You gave a very interesting evaluation. The way you started was you started with a question at the start itself, and you hooked the audience. You asked what was the story, as in, have you ever heard about this story before? And that was a very great start to evaluation. Now, how many of you have ate aloo sandwich? Well, here I come. Your evaluation was structured like a sandwich, because in Toastmasters, we have the CRC method, which is also known as sandwich method, where first comes the C, that is commendation, then comes R, the recommendation, and then comes C, again the recommendation or the conclusion. So you framed it really well. You started with the commendations, which included confidence, stage presence, body language. And when it comes to recommendations, you also included a shorter story. It could have been a longer one, inclusive of more big stories, longer stories, and some humor. And when it comes to the conclusion, what I would like to add here is that you concluded, you just mentioned and concluded it with the recommendation, which was inclusion of more stories. What if you could have summarized the entire the commendation and the recommendation, which could have been, oh, you were great at A, B, C, and what if you would have improved on A, B, C? So you have summarized at the end. So that summarization would have added, like, it would have been a spice to the sandwich. And last but not the least, what if you could have left the speaker with some words of encouragement? You would have told him, oh, your speech was very enriching, or something, we look forward to seeing you on the stage again with that, that stage presence and that confidence again. That would have given him a more, that would have left him with much more confidence, and he would have looked forward to coming here again. So overall, a great evaluation. It was very structured, just a little bit of addition when it comes to the conclusion. More of summarization would be best, and leaving your speaker with some encouragement words. I look forward to seeing you on the stage again in your next evaluation. Thank you, and over to you.
So let's move to our staff team report. I'll call upon the stage Toastmaster. Sorry. Actually, Toastmaster. Mahesh Raj. Yeah, Mahesh Raj, who will be presenting the timing report for all the speakers.
Hello, everyone, once again. So all the speakers on time. Only thing that Rukshad timing was 6 point individual times. Okay. So Rukshad was 6:29. So I was screaming from inside, come on, Rukshad, and he actually made it on time as per the grace. Tejas 5:38. TM Amruta 6:53. TM Libby for the part 1, 3 minutes. Part 2, 8 minutes 54 seconds. And then that's on border. For table topics, Toastmaster Parita, 2 minutes 16 seconds. Okay. Toastmaster Parita, 2 minutes 16 seconds. Toastmaster Libby and Toastmaster Sangeeta together, 2 minutes 57 seconds. So this was actually not qualifying. Toastmaster Sandhya and Toastmaster Ron, 1 minute 18 seconds. Toastmaster Pradeep, 1 minute 36 seconds. Guest Steffi and Toastmaster Nikhil, it was 4 minutes. Evaluation. For the evaluators, Toastmaster Jinal, 2 minutes 7 seconds. Toastmaster Sanjeev, 2 minutes 52 seconds. Toastmaster Sakshi, 2 minutes 29 seconds. Toastmaster Sangeeta Shruti, 3 minutes, 8 seconds. Toastmaster Praveen, 3 minutes, 19 seconds. I think that's about it. Thank you.
Now I'll call upon the stage at the R counter, Toastmaster Divyank.
Now I will give report of speaking errors made by our speakers. So Toastmaster Sunnis, 3 times he has used so, 1 time one time and 2 times like. Toastmaster Jinal, she has used 2 times Toastmaster Ruksat, he has used 3 times and, 1 time well, 3 times but, 5 times so, and 2 times are. Toastmaster Sakshi, she has used 1 time and, 4 times and 3 times and other repetitions he has used like word. Toastmaster Sanjeev, he has used 2 times so, 3 times 2 times Toastmaster Tejas, he has used 3 times and, 1 time so, and 3 times and 1 times are. Toastmaster Sangeeta Shruti, she has used 2 times so, 1 times and Toastmaster Amruta, she has used 4 times and 1 time but and 1 time 1 time and she has used 3 times then. Toastmaster Praveen, he has used 1 time so and he took 1 short pause. Toastmaster Libby, she has used 5 times and she took 3 short pauses. Toastmaster Ramanand, he has used 1 time and 2 times 1 time and he took 1 short pause and 3 times he has used like. Toastmaster Praita, she has used 1 time and 1 time so, 2 times and she took 2 short pauses. Yeah, so. Thank you and over to you.
So please welcome the grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Rohit Das.
To great speeches that we heard today, the cricket boy dream, Rukshad, gratitude for tip with by Tejas, mountaineering experience by Amruta, and great podcast by Libby and education session by Toastmaster Ramanand. It was an enriching experience to listen you all guys. I just wanted to go with the flow, but I had to note a lot of things over here as a grammarian. So a few observations that I would like to share today. Mom sends letter should be mom sent letter. Opt merchant navy can be said as opted for merchant navy. I was first match could be it was first match. I done my BBA could be I did my BBA. Brother of Yami Gautami can be like Yami Gautam's brother. On that break, he told can be like during the break he shared. I liked silent in that place can be made like I like the silence in that place. And further, the word of the day was used by Toastmaster Rukshad, Toastmaster Libby, Toastmaster Sakshi, and me. And again, the phrase of the day was used by Toastmaster Libby and me. Thank you. Over to you. Thank you, Toastmaster Ruchi.
So I'll present the evaluation report. So starting with the Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Ron. Well, when I came in the meeting, I saw the meeting, the board was set, and I observed that even when you're not the Sergeant at Arms, still you take these responsibilities, which is very commendable. Secondly, the feedback forms were sent to all were distributed, and attendance sheet was passed on. The meeting room was professionally laid. And when you came on the stage, you raised the energy of the club by asking questions like, how did you feel? And also that was really creative, the applause thing. It was really, really very creative. So my few recommendation will be, there was some minor disturbance when TMOD or when the grammarian was on stage, while the chairs were being shifted. So I think that when somebody on the stage, then we should have avoided that. Secondly, I could see some people coming in the room while somebody was on stage. So my recommendation would be like, if the sergeant at arms sits near the door, then he could keep a better watch. So overall, it was a great job. Coming to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Minashi, yes, the guests were introduced very well. You are very, very energetic, which I always feel, and you engage the audience very well. You have a very vibrant personality, which we could feel on the stage. My only recommendation would be when you introduce the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sanish, it's always good to add some introduction instead of just calling me on the stage. But overall, it was really well done. Coming to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sanish, you took up the role at a later stage. I know that. Like earlier, there was someone, but you were informed about it on Thursday. So it was very short span of time which you have to prepare. So, but you still took this initiative, which is really great. Your session was very interactive. You engaged the audience with the theme, and you even paid attention to very, very minute things. Like one of the speaker was like, he don't shake hand or he left on the stage before you coming on the stage. But you actually paid notice to these small things. So that is really commendable. And coming to the recommendation part, I could feel that you like this side of the audience more than that side of the audience. Mostly you were glued to this side of the stage. So that you should face all the audience. And also during the introduction, when you explain the structure of the meeting, you could have told that today instead of a table topic session, today we have the educational session. Then that could be better. But overall, it was really great. Moving to the timer, Toastmaster Mahesh Raj. Apologies, I forgot your name. Okay, you joined the Toastmaster this week and you took up the role. So that is really good. Okay. And so actually you're new to the club, but the way in which you introduce the timing thing, you compared it to traffic lights. So that was really a very creative way of introducing. And being new to the club, that is like an icing on the cake. Then I could see you held the timer card for the duration of the speech. That was really good thing. My only recommendation would be that you could have timed the educational session as well. Coming to our counter, Toastmaster Divyank. It was a nice report with all the R's and ums, and also you are new to club. You joined recently, so it was really great. My areas of improvement will be, sometimes I observe that while you were introducing the R counter, you have put your hands behind, so that can be avoided. And you could also have added some creativity during the introduction instead of just reading out from the script. So that could have moved the introduction to the next level. But it was really great. Well done. Now moving to the grammarian, he took the role in the last minute. So that's really a good thing, great thing. We should have done the job. Again, you stated the good usage of English grammar as well as not so good usage. My recommendation would be you should give more focus or you should give more focus to the good usage. Yes, not so good usage is also important, but the good usage along with the name of the speakers is actually motivates the audience a lot. So there should be more focus on the good usage of English grammar, which I thought it was a bit lacking. But overall, it was really great. Moving to the evaluator, Toastmaster Jinal. Yes, you had a very creative way of starting with the evaluation. You had very great recommendation. And okay. So you have followed the CRC approach, which was really great. And the only thing which I found was missing was the summary. You didn't summarize it. It's better always to summarize the evaluation. But it was a great job. Moving to the evaluator, Toastmaster Sanjeev. Yes, your evaluation was very, very specific. Like some evaluators, I feel they give an empty evaluation, but it was really specific. You pointed out in detail like what was good in Toastmaster Tejas' speech by giving examples. So that was really very commendable. And sometimes I observed like when you were on the stage, you were scratching your ears, you put your hands in the pocket. So that I feel that could be avoided. So well, it's good. Moving to the evaluator, Toastmaster Sangeeta Shruti. Yes, you follow the CRC approach. And what was best, like you gave more recommendation. As Toastmaster, Amrita is relatively like she is a veteran Toastmaster. So it's always good to give more recommendations. So which you did. I hope you're following that. Okay. No, you had a blank expression, so I thought. Okay, sorry. So yeah, so actually gave more recommendations to Toastmaster Amrita. That was really commendable as she's a seasoned Toastmaster. And we should always try to give more recommendations to seasoned Toastmaster. So that is really good. And you also had summarized, you summarized your evaluation. And as you are a seasoned Toastmaster, in order to challenge yourself, okay, I would recommend, even I have to practice it. You can also have some techniques in your evaluation. Like you can compare your evaluation with some recipe, with some paintings, and then give your evaluation. I remember Toastmaster Arun once, he has given the evaluation of in which he has compared his evaluation with a recipe. And it was really commendable. Moving to the evaluator, Toastmaster Praveen, I really appreciate you and I really admire you about the courage you have to come on the stage and address the crowd. It's really, and whenever I see you on the stage, I remember Muhammad Katani. Even he used to stutter a bit, but eventually he became the world champion public speaking. So that is really commendable, and you are really a great inspiration. One recommendation is you should try to come more often on the stage. I feel that is, I do not see you more on the stage. So you can try to come more often on the stage. Moving to Toastmaster Sakshi. Well, it was a really great evaluation. I could, you summarized your evaluation and you followed the CRC approach, and it was really great. I do not have any areas of improvement. Moving to the education session, Toastmaster Ramanan, yes, it was a need of the hour as a club contest around the corner. And I could feel in the education session, it was a mini table topic session because you call the speakers on the stage, even you make sure the guests are on the stage. So that was really a good thing. And you had a lot of humor, interactive. It was really humorous and interactive. And recommendations are, we should, as Toastmaster, we should address someone as Toastmaster Parita or Toastmaster Sangeeta Shruti instead of just saying, let's call Parita or let's call Sangeeta Shruti. So that is a more professional way in Toastmaster. And secondly, your time got overshooted by 3 minutes, which could be avoided. Coming to the general aspects of the meeting, Toastmaster Sakshi, you made the poster twice. I know a lot of effort goes in making the posters, but she made the poster twice. I don't know whether you people have noticed or not. Well, we got a different poster, then we got a different poster. So that is really commendable. The meeting started exactly on time, which was really great. And everything was good. Coming to the areas of improvement on the general aspects. So projector light was, I could feel the speakers were getting disturbed by the projector light. So that could have been avoided. I know this meeting room has this kind of setup, but at least like when a speaker doesn't need the projector, it's better not to switch off the projector, which was eventually done later. So that is really good. Okay, so I could observe there was some crosstalk when the podcast was going on, so that could be avoided. And thirdly, I feel that as we are Toastmasters, we should try to have professional attire, at least the ones like which we wear while going to office. This is what I feel. And but overall, yes, it was a really great meeting, and I look forward to such meeting again. Have a good night. Over to you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, General Evaluator Ruchi, for that amazing general evaluation. She's taken up the role for the first time. Please give her a round of. To conclude my theme, what I would say is, in any situation, in any event, we always have the power to choose how to respond, what we want. So if we want to pursue happiness, if we have the intent, consciously placing our attention on that particular thing, that yeah, we want to pursue happiness, followed by action, we can have that in life. It doesn't matter what we go through life. We always have ups and downs. But on a regular level, remembering that fact that we have the power to make that choice, consciously putting our attention and action to what we want in life, we can always pursue happiness. And with that, I hand over the session to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Will.
Good evening once again, everyone. I know that we have overshot our time already, and there's a bit of a bad news. I have a long list of things to talk about. The list is because I'm not a very big fan of going with the flow, so I want everything to be structured. So yeah. So before moving on, we have a few guests who walked in later. If you could just introduce yourself, just a quick what your name, how did you come to know about us, and your general feedback of the meeting. It's okay from there only. I'm from Odisha, I'm new to the city of Mumbai, so I'm just trying to explore things and trying new and different things. At the same time, I'm looking for a job also, in order to really survive in Mumbai. So, yeah, so I got to know about the meeting like for the Toastmasters from one of my friends. He really suggested me to join the club to explore new people, to network with like-minded people, and to really enhance your, confidence and all. So, yeah, that's how I got to know about the Toastmasters club. And how did you find the meeting today? So my feedback is really awesome. It is like, going back to finding the memories of the days once again. Life. So, great. Thank you so much. Yes, guess Pradeep, right? Yeah. Wow. Yes. General feedback of the meeting in one or two words. Excellent. Thank you. Yes. Guess Steffi, right? Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Steffi here. I have heard about Toastmasters, sorry, the club since I think a decade back. I don't think it was actually aware, but I've hesitated a lot to be honest. And finally, I've taken the first step. I'm glad I spoke with Sunny from the same thing. It's great getting to this was wonderful. It felt like a mini classroom with teachers and students interchangeably. It was fun.
Thank you. Anybody else who came in late for introduction? Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Tower.
I moved to Mumbai last year, and I thought that Toastmasters would be a great platform to interact with new people and also learn a lot. So I'm here and
Welcome.
love the session.
Thank you. Okay, moving on, we'll move to the polls of the day. For members who are part of the WhatsApp group, we have sent the link over there. You can click the link and start voting. And for guests, you can just scan the QR code. Okay, while that is happening, guest Pallavi, would you like to share just in 1 or 2 words about the meeting?
I enjoyed, and I also learned many things. I have also a fear of stage, and I'm from a Indian leadership course, and I never stayed so much English, but I think I will be able to speak.
Excellent. Looking forward to seeing you next time as well. Guest Gaurav, yes.
Hear different kinds of stories, try to understand different kinds of styles of people. I think it's going to be very important.
Thank you. Voting, it's going on, right? Okay, while your eyes are on the mobile, let your ears be here to where I'm saying. The next meeting of our club, Agnel Toastmasters Club, will be on the 30th of December. That is 2 Saturdays from now. But next weekend, we have a joint meeting with Sobo Toastmasters and Goregaon Speakers Toastmasters Club. As I mentioned before, this will be on a Sunday morning, 24th morning from 11 to 2, but it will be at Sobo venue. Churchgate, yes. Yeah. So just a couple of instructions about that meeting. We will be having an open mic. Toastmaster Libby will be sharing the details of that in the WhatsApp group. We have 3 open slots for any kind of open mic. So it's not just an open mic, it's an open art form also. You can come and dance, you can tell your jokes, stories, poems, whatever it is. 3 minutes is the timeline. And 3 slots, 3 minutes. So she'll be releasing the form. You can just fill up the form whenever she releases that. The next one is that we had our division contest last week, and we have a lot of experience from the division contest. I wish we could have shown pictures and done a lot of things and shared it with the crowd. But just a summary of what all we did at the division contest. We have won a lot of awards. Agnel has won 3 awards in particular. The first is retention champs, which means what exactly is the retention champ is when we renewed in September, we renewed 75% of our base membership have renewed. So that's the retention champ. So kudos to our VP membership, Toastmaster Sanish. The next award that we got was Power Up Award. There are a lot of criteria for that. So you can get in touch with me later for what that award is. And the next one is the Power of 2. That again is it's a kind of membership award. So kudos to Toastmaster Sanish. There's an additional twist to that. Members who have joined between August and September, 5 members who have renewed for 2 cycles, like joined for 2 cycles, they also get the award. I'll quickly announce the names. Your awards are here. You can come and collect it. Toastmaster Sahil, Toastmaster Ashwini, Toastmaster Rohidas, Toastmaster Dwani, and Toastmaster Tejas. These 5 people from our club have got this award. Tejas and Rohidas are here. Yeah. Congrats. मेरी ठीक है? Thank you. Congratulations. Cute. Yeah.
And just one more to add on, the retention stamps is for all the XCOM. So we all XCOM get some token of appreciation. So whoever is present today, please collect it after the meeting. Now I'm not calling anyone. Yes. We also have got 2 awards from the district, special awards which we didn't know about. And those 2 boxes just showed up at my residence. So it's a surprise for all of us. It's about new members who have joined. It's a token of appreciation for the new members. So I'll just read out the names quickly. Toastmaster Soham, Toastmaster Shine, Toastmaster Tejas, Toastmaster Divyang, and Toastmaster Sharanya, who have recently joined us. We have another award which just showed up, which is thank you for all the invaluable members of the club. I'll quickly read out because this is a long list. And it is also possible that some of these members have not renewed with us, but we still have their awards. Toastmaster Madhur, Toastmaster Parita, Toastmaster Deepak Kalatil, Toastmaster Arpit, Toastmaster Sai Sachin, Toastmaster Vinay Palancheri, Toastmaster Ankit Das Gupta, Toastmaster Chetan Thakkar, Toastmaster Praveen Medanikar, Toastmaster Mohsin, Toastmaster Ruchi, Toastmaster Vinay Srivastava, Toastmaster Vidya, Toastmaster Tanuja, Toastmaster Sanish, Toastmaster Swapnil, Toastmaster Sangeeta, Toastmaster Virendra, and Toastmaster Rohidas. Yes, and while we are on a award giving spree, I also I'm recollecting the awards that we missed during the year. We have 3 awards, which is Toastmaster of the Month. As you all know, we started this practice last year, where we award the Toastmaster of the Month. And it just struck us that we haven't done this for the last 3 months. So today we are just going to do that. Like Santa, we are just distributing gifts today. So let me start with Toastmaster of the month of September. It is Toastmaster Tejas. For the benefit of guests, we kind of recognize one member for the month who has been very regular, who has taken up roles and who has given speeches during the month. Toastmaster for the month of October, Toastmaster Rukshad. You not only took up the roles in the meeting, you also helped us during the contest. Congratulations. Yeah. And Toastmaster for the month of November, Toastmaster Jinal. Recognizing somebody who just started their pathway journey today. Congratulations, Toastmaster Rukshad, for your icebreaker speech. A great start to your pathway journey. Okay. And while we are on a giving spree, is it fair to end the meeting without appreciating our guest speaker for today? Wasn't the session an enriching experience for us? Thank you so much for your session. Here is a token of appreciation from any questions, anything pending? At least you're clear what is happening this month, the 2 weeks that are left of this month. Clear? 24th joint meeting, 30th is our club meeting. Just a quick summary of January. 6th January, we'll be having our ISC education session, and 20th January is our contest, both ISC and TT. Any questions on ISC qualification, TT qualification? After today's session, who all are participating in the TT contest? From our club. Why did you put your hand down? Yes, great. The only criteria for a table topic contest is that you have to be a member of the club, paid member of the club. That's it. ISC level 2 cleared. That's it. So whoever is on the verge of completing level 1 or in level 2, you still have 1 month to complete that. Key. Coming to the awards for the day. Guesses for best evaluator. Okay, best speaker. You wrote this, no? Yes, it was my son. Congratulations. She's on a best speaker streak. Congrats. Best auxiliary role player. That is between the tag team. Yes. Bad timer. Congratulations. Congratulations. Very first week and very first role and first award. Congratulations. Okay, best role player between the T-Mod and the G. Pursuit of happiness. Okay. Congratulations. And that brings us to the end of my long list. And that also brings us to the end of the meeting. I will now declare the meeting closed. Let's gather for a group picture. But मैंने 10 minutes में ही निपटा दिया. मैंने 20 minutes assign किया आपको award के लिए 15.